Hello, this is Jorge Chedraui from Ecuador, South America, and I'm going to talk to you about the Power Project in terms of the strategic pillars, that it's context, objective, what you did and why, what happened, and what did I learn. First of all, talking about the context, I work in a company named Novis. It's a really big company in Ecuador. It's probably a $500 million company. Around everything is in Ecuador. We have a really big portfolio. We're in the real estate, we're in the retails, we have agro-industrial companies, we have port. DP World is a strategic business that works with us, and other type of businesses that we have. What's my position? My position has been an executive trainee during the last 18 months. That's what the project was about. It has been me with other two trainees, and basically what I did was working with having a direct relationship with a CFO, CEO, owner, and the Chief Strategy Officer. In the organigram that you can look, I worked with a CSO and I report directly to him. And I had my mentor, the owner of the company, that her name is Isabel Novoa. It was my mentor, and she's the owner of the company. As we call it, Generation 1 here in the company. Which were my objectives of this project? Well, I had several. The most important ones was be a problem solver for them, for these four important people that I just said. And I worked based in one really important thing that the book said, that it was do the things that others don't want to do, especially the people on top of you. There's a problem that I had during this 18 months here, that I became it something good for me. Here in the corporate governance team, meetings are not for, for small things. They're all about investments of $10 million, $20 million, etc., etc. So of course, as an executive trainee, they put me in the meetings. I was in the meetings, but I was not, the final decision was not, I didn't have the vote for the final decisions. So if I was thinking that I was gonna do that job, I would probably fail. So what I did is give them that power. They had the power, of course, that's why they pay them, to have the decisions in the final meetings, in the investment meetings, etc. And I was there just more for like a learning experiment than other things. But what I did was doing the little things that they didn't want to do because it was too much time for them. And that made me someone really important for them in a daily basis, because they were really busy in the meetings. I was doing the things back office for them. Another objective that I had was bring new businesses and new ideas to the company to open the portfolio. In this case, this is not a short objective. I'm still working on that. That's still part of my my power project, that it doesn't end right now. It will continue, and I will develop new strategies that we can talk about at the end. And the other one, it's get a job offer. This executive training was during 18 months, and at the end of this program, that it's at the end of March, I was gonna have an offer if they would consider me. They were gonna review the 18 months, look at my objectives, what I did, my KPIs in other words, and take a final decision. And the last one was a half a first approach with Generation 2. Who is Generation 2 in the company? It's the sons of the owner. Eventually, this is also a long-term objective that I have. Eventually, the Generation 1, the owner of the company, will leave for A or B reason, and the ones that will run the business will be their three sons. So my objective was having a first approach with them, so that I can actually have some good, a good basis whenever they run the business, so I can be in higher positions because they trust in me. What you did and why. Well, basically, what I did, following the models and all the books and all the study I did during this course, was being really straight, being really direct in my strategy, and try to mark the difference with the people around me. What did I did? I said, okay, everyone does the same, and no one marks the difference. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna be straight. I'm not gonna be afraid of getting into an office of a CEO of such a big company and be afraid. I'm just going there and propose things, propose new ideas, bring innovation to the company. And why I did it? Because that was gonna be really important in terms of, okay, who is different from who and why. So they were gonna say, okay, Jorge, in this case, he does this, and that. In his young age, he's not afraid of doing whatever I did. So, based on that, I did really good approaches. I had political approaches here with really important people in the government right now. That for A or B reason, I was just looking how to get there, and I got. So that's important things, important strategies that I used. Why? Because I wanted to mark the difference. I wanted to mark the difference with people around you. And something that I learned from it is that people on top of you is gonna value you and is gonna really be proud of you because it's gonna mark the difference. But people next to you, they're gonna feel probably in a weird situation. They will probably be jealous about you in the way you make approaches. But just like it says, you cannot everyone cannot you cannot make everyone care about you. If not, go find a dog. Go find a dog. And what happened? In some objectives, like the job offer, I did got the job offer. It's not officially yet. I need to come back from the Me2We, and they're gonna officialize the job offer. That I already know it because they have been talking with me, and they told me come back from your trip and you'll have the job offer with a new position and all of that. And what also happened that is really important for me, probably in the long-term relationship, is that I got a closer relationship with owners, with a second generation. That is really important, like I said, in a long term. And something that I'm still working on is bring business to the company, open their portfolios. That's something that I'm working in a long term, and that's probably part of the new power project I will need to have. And what I learned two things. One, I just said already, it's that on top of you, people is gonna validate you, and it's gonna be very valuable to be direct, to mark the difference in terms of people next to you. And the people next to you, they're gonna be really jealous of what you do. So be careful with that. Or at least in my case, I will be really careful with that, because every action that you have, there's a price. And in this case, if you're gonna be direct with the people on top of you, really on top of you, the price is, of course, they're gonna put an eye on you, but the people next to you, they're gonna be jealous of what you do. And finally, one thing that I really take from this course is that what took you here will not take you there. What do I mean with this? All this strategy of this project I did, it brought me to a job offer. It brought me to a first approach to the Generation 2. But this same strategy will not take you to another level. Probably a CEO, a CSO eventually, or who knows. So what I'm working on is make these power projects a routine. Make it a daily routine where naturally you do this. Where naturally you identify the important key things that you need to do in the company that you are, and work with that. And not only in the company, but learn when it's time to pivot, when it's time to probably leave the company or all of that. And that's what I'm working, and that's what I learned. Know how to do a daily routine of your power project. Thank you very much, and hopefully I'll see all of you in the Me Too week. Bye bye.